Whether you're new to FIFA or have been playing for years, you've been exposed to brilliant systems designed to guide your every move without you ever realizing it. Every single gaming company has one collective goal. How can we get the money from your wallet into our wallet? And their biggest innovations haven't come in gameplay. They've come in monetization tactics that siphon as much money as possible from the community. And no one plays this game better than EA. They've perfected the deadly cycle, getting you hooked on in-game rewards, then slowly nudging you to spend real money, all the while making it feel like it was your decision all along. Early on, you're gonna be having a lot of fun with the game, but before you know it, you're trapped in a loop of emotional manipulation and psychological traps. Maybe you're new to FC and you just want to enjoy the game, but if you don't spot the traps ahead of time, you might fall into the same pit millions already have. In this video, I'll break down the 5 stages that a FIFA addict goes through: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. If none of this sounds familiar, EA might already have its hooks in you. But don't worry, awareness is your first weapon in breaking the cycle and keeping your brain and wallet safe. But before we get started, please leave a like and subscribe to help with the algorithm. And now, let's jump into it. Welcome to the FIFA experience, my friend. You have so many game modes to explore. Career mode, manager mode, pro clubs, seasons, and of course, ultimate team. You'll bounce around the modes and have a blast with your friends and just clown around. But eventually, everyone logs off. And that's when Ultimate Team starts whispering in your ear. You eventually dip your toes in, and it's actually pretty fun. You build your starter team, you choose your kits, and you customize your stadium to your liking. Climbing the ranks in division rivals and taking a few shots at FUT champs introduce you to those sweet rewards. You tell yourself, man, this game is so fun. Why does everyone hate on it on social media? They're probably just bad at the game. It's definitely a skill issue. If I practice and improve my team, I'll be dominating in no time. And wow, these packs are pretty fire. At this point, you have entered stage 1, denial. Your squad starts looking pretty good. You start completing SBCs and grinding the menus to chase that dopamine hit of valuable rewards and unlocking meta cards. You're locked in now. This is exactly where EA wants you. Riding the high, dopamine surging, wallet still untouched. For now. And with weeks of this, you get comfortable, rushing home from school or work to log on, open packs, and improve your team. We've all been there in some form. You accept the game's quirks and clunky moments because you're having fun. You start learning the meta, optimizing your tactics, and utilizing the most effective mechanics. Everything feels pretty damn good. Oh, buddy, you're not ready for what's coming next. Welcome to stage 2, anger. So you're getting better. You've learned the meta, your team's getting stacked, and you've passed the super casual player base and entered the middling divisions around D5, I would say. But then you start noticing more and more issues with the gameplay. The servers, heavier than Hazard after retirement. Your opponents all have god squads, spamming the same outside-the-box Travella shots and speed boosts like it's their full-time job. You even have matches that you're dominating your opponent 3-0, and then everything goes to shit. Suddenly, your passes are weak, your shots are limp, and your defenders run like they're wearing flip-flops. You watch in frustration as your team stands stationary while the opponent flies past you and rifles one in. What the hell is going on? And right as the game approaches the 90th minute, your opponent scores a rebound goal and gritties away the last shred of sanity you have left. Watching the pixels on the screen dance on you immediately shuts off your frontal lobe, and an overwhelming urge of property damage fills your head. As you look down, you see the most perfectly engineered, weighted, and throwable object right in the palm of your hands. The feeling of regret comes the instant your controller leaves your hand. Boom! Congratulations, buddy. You've destroyed your first controller. Without knowing, you just completed your initiation to becoming a true FIFA player. If you've played Ultimate Team and haven't broken a controller, wow, you're for sure special. But now you still gotta go to the store and pick up another controller. You still have the rest of the weekend league games to finish, remember? You see, the relationship between rage and skill is kinda like a bell curve. The beginners and casuals don't put enough weight on the game to be bothered by DDA, inconsistent gameplay, and server issues. The same goes to the pros and rank 1 players, as they win most of their games anyway. But they are definitely not immune to the occasional crash out. You, however, find yourself in the deadly middle area. Skilled and invested enough to care about the game, and just bad enough to consistently lose your mind with one too many gritties.
Dai, non è possibile! Ha fatto 3 tiri a 70 di tiro! Me li avessi tutti e 3, cazzo di incrocio! Dai!
After a few brutal weeks where you get stomped on, you start questioning the strength of your team. You might want to watch Boris Legend videos for dribbling and defending tutorials. And at this point, you, my friend, have entered stage 3, bargaining. So you head back to the drawing board and it's time to fix your team's weakest links. Your left back? Way too slow. Your striker has a horrible touch. And your center back has no anticipate plus, which makes him a cucumber in game. You make a list of 6 key upgrades you need to stay competitive, but there's just one problem. You don't have coins. Thanks to EA's calculated shift away from tradable rewards, coins are harder than ever to come by. This isn't a coincidence. It's a trap. EA wants more control. The fewer tradable packs you get, the more you're inclined to go to the store and buy FIFA points. And more store packs means more cash money for EA's wallet. As you stare at your seemingly underpowered team, you are presented with the first fork in the road. Path 1 is the way of the patient grinder, relying solely on the weekly champs, rivals, squad battles, and SBC rewards to progress your team, not spending a dime on the game. And Path 2? Well, you're choosing the dark side. You're saying to EA that you're okay with coughing up some cash to quicken the process of getting these cards. Give me those cards now! And EA will love you and your impatience. Now let's explore the free-to-play route.
Let's see how long this lasts.
So it's week 1 in your journey, and you're grinding foot champs and rivals. Your rewards? Trash. So you try again for week 2, only to get straight mid. And unfortunately for you, week 3 didn't bring you any upgrades for your team. As you grind each week, your dopamine levels are peaking because you anticipate great rewards. But when you get disappointed, your dopamine crashes well below normal. And if you know anything about the human brain, it hates to have its dopamine levels well below baseline, making you way more desperate to spike it right back up. And EA knows that very well. So what's the easiest way to bring your dopamine back to normal? Oh yeah, those sweet guaranteed rewards in the store. Only 3 clicks away. You tell yourself, it's only $20. It's not that bad, right? These packs guarantee promo cards, and I definitely deserve this after this hellish gameplay. Without knowing, you're the new chef at a French restaurant and EA is the rat under your hat, pulling your strings straight to the store. So you load up 2,000 FIFA points and open the guaranteed icon pack. And to your surprise and excitement, boom, Zico, one of the best icons you can get. You're so hyped to try him out, and he's absolutely amazing in game. So you say to yourself, wow, that was so worth it. But I think that's enough for this week. Now your brain has linked a dopamine spike to opening store packs, associating that low feeling of terrible rewards with the spike of going to the store for some packs. Even if you don't spend any money for the rest of the week. What about the next promo? What if you get really down bad after some tough losses? You're getting conditioned to repeat the cycle, thinking it's solely your choice to open packs all along. You're not chasing the cards anymore. You're chasing the high. And what's interesting about human psychology is that we get used to things very quickly. The Zico you pack that got you so excited has its hype slowly diminishing over time, to the point where now it just feels like another player that you have on the team. Now you need another exciting card to pump that dopamine back up. And the scary part? This is all by design. This addiction cycle is implemented intentionally. EA, alongside with many of the other gaming companies, have hired hundreds of psychologists to weaponize your biology and psychology against you. And kids are the most vulnerable group that are being shaped into lifelong spenders without even knowing it. If you continue feeding your pack addiction with more packs, your highs will get shorter and your lows will go even deeper. Over time, the dopamine hit you would get from one icon pack now takes you 3 icon packs to go to the same level. The excitement of this process slowly dies down over time, and you need more and more hits to feel anything. And just like that, you've entered stage 4, depression. This is rock bottom. The game that you once loved now feels like it's actively working against you. Your players move like sloths, DDA and momentum swings turn matches into scripted simulations, and the AI seems to have more control over your team than you do. And every time this happens, it chips away at your sanity. Foot champs and rivals, once exciting challenges, now feel like obligations. Sure, there's the occasional SBC or evolution that sparks a flicker of excitement, but that flicker dies fast. The thrill is gone. You notice yourself getting tilted faster. You rage quit more often, and your sessions get shorter. Worst of all, you start asking yourself, why am I playing this game? It seems to bring more stress than joy. I would get way more irritable and annoyed after a bad session, taking hours for my mood to go back to normal. At this point, you're not playing the game for fun anymore. You're just trying to play to not fall behind. Because you know that taking a break, even for a short period, your team would get dusted by the power curve. And when you come back from the hiatus, you'll be tempted to open packs just to bring your team back to average. This is exactly what EA wants, all part of their plan. Thousands of players hit this stage every year. Some drop Ultimate Team completely and switch over to more casual modes like Career Mode, Manager Mode, or Seasons. Others uninstall the game and swear off the next title entirely. For some, the cycle ends here, where they sever themselves from the pull of Ultimate Team. But for others, they lean into the experience and immerse themselves in the cesspool of toxicity. And if you find yourself there, you've entered Stage 5, Acceptance. Ultimate Team is your heart and soul. You grind the game and salivate at the thought of grittying on a fool that dared to be toxic. You keep up with the promos, check Footbin religiously for card prices, and strategize Evo chains that can give you the most value throughout the year. Your Ultimate Team decisions are more calculated than your taxes. You fully accepted the game's issues, and frankly, lost all care. You might even send the occasional skill issue or cooked on Nick Run the Foot Market streams as he crashes out. You're the gym rat of the FIFA community, and you love to flex your ranking and God Squad to your friends. The people who have accepted the ways of the franchise or the core fan base that breathes life into the FIFA machine. Without the whales, addicts, and literal children, this game would be in financial ruin. But I don't see the train stopping anytime soon. The hooks of EA's greed have sunk too deep for most of these players, which requires an insurmountable force to remove. As more and more people get hooked on the game, EA will continue to have a steady form of revenue every year as everyone's team resets with each new title. A convenient dynamic that forces players to restart their teams every year, creating opportunities for those same players to continue spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the game. The only thing that matters for EA is if the quarterly earnings are good and the shareholders are happy. The line just needs to go up, and that's it. It's so great for these games to have a rating of E for everyone, so kids of all ages can pick up the game and get trapped in the deadly cycle. And that's where I'll be ending the video. Please let me know if there's any updates you would make to any of these stages, or if I missed anything. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.